Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, that's out there pushing this truth for all honesty and sincerity by way of the highways and byways, going out in the streets, teaching and preaching. Going back to the names, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father name. Okay, it's not God, not Allah, it's Yahweh, which means He exists, or He exists. Then you have the only begotten Son name, which is Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh Shai, which means He's Savior or He's Deliverer, okay? It's not Jesus Christ, it's not none of that bullshit. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. This is your brother Nayap, and I'm back with another lesson. And I'm gonna come out with a news update too, because there's some crazy shit that's going on. With well, you know, every day is crazy, but you know, you got this woman just that's saying that the biggest red flag, and it's some nigga woman, talking about the biggest red flag is a straight man. So they pushing that agenda that basically if you straight, then you ain't right. We gotta get the fuck out of here, y'all. But anyway, going into this lesson going just basically like study to show thyself approve, you know. So we basically gonna go ahead and get into it. As you see, I got Jacob on here, and tell you the truth, like I study every day. Um, you know, I'm hard into studying. I just want to say that, like, I'm hard into it. Looking at videos, taking notes, going through the scriptures. Just in general. And this how your setup low key supposed to be. If you studying to show thyself approve and studying the book of life, studying life. You know what I'm saying, instead of death. You know, um, this how your setup supposed to be. Like, for example, right? I got like nothing. Some it's not no thing to be like, oh well, I got I got 80 million books. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like that. It's just that I have probably about I actually write down so much information that I'll be running out of notebooks. So I probably have like four notebooks. You know what I'm saying? One notebook I ran through, it was quick because of all the precepts I got and all the information I obtained. I ran through that book quick. And then like the second book, I'm almost halfway through that one, and I had to buy another book just in case. But and then as you see, like he got like his tea or the coffee, he got his pen in his hand. Sometimes brothers, I got highlighters and you just and different, like when I say different books, I'm not saying books that's going off like good books to have is like from Babylon to Timbuktu. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a copy of that, man. It's like $10 to $20, maybe not even 20. I think it's like $10 to $15 on Amazon. Just get you one. You know what I'm saying? I got another book. It's called The Negro Crushing Part 4, The Missing Link by Lee Cummins, which I can get all the missing links, but all the rest of the parts. You know what I'm saying? That I got another book called The Black Indians, A Hidden Heritage by William Lauren Katz, and like them just like my little 3 books that I got so far. You know what I'm saying? But it's information that I learned from other brothers and stuff like that I got saved on my computer or screenshotting my notes and stuff like that. This is all about studying and doing the work at the end of the day. So I really wanted to make that known. Like you see, so like yeah, like you see him, you see this Jake right here. He may or may not be a Jake. But yeah, man, you're supposed to be hard until you're studying, man. Like you got him. You know what I'm saying? That's a Jake. He's studying, you know, got his book open, making sure he paying attention, and rather if it's only, even if it's only for doing it an hour out the day or 2 hours out the day or anything like that, man, you're supposed to study, keep you sharp, you know, uh, it keep you sharp, man, because sometimes, sometimes these people will ask you a question and sometimes, you may or may not have to go in your notes and be like, well, give me a second. Hold on. Let me pull this up, So it's always good to have your notes as a reference, but it's also, you also want to study, go over your notes, study, keep on. So you can get like this, you can get repetitive. So then you can remember them precepts and you're not going, of course, you may not remember all the precepts, you know what I'm saying? But, that's why you study. You study to try to get there, uh, because if you're not studying, like, what are you doing at the end of the day? Like, it's truth. Um, it is truth. If you're not studying, then when you try to go present yourself, um, or make a video or something like that, you might be missing out on something because, you know what I'm saying? Or you might not have the correct breakdown because you haven't been studying all the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to study. I really do highly recommend all the brothers, brothers, sisters, always study, man. You gotta study. So without further ado, I ain't gonna keep on talking, man. I'm start going to these scriptures. I don't think this lesson gonna be too long. This might be like 30 minutes, 20, 25 minutes, something like that. I don't know. So whatever the spirit is, so whoever the spirit put on me to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my first scripture. Um, Let me get this Romans 11:7 right quick. So yeah, man, making sure because ain't nothing wrong with studying. And then when you are studying and stuff like that, you building yourself up in the truth, in the faith and stuff like that, because you stuttering the bitter part of the scriptures and the sweet. A lot of times I focus so much on the bitter of the scriptures, and sometimes I'll be like, man, I gotta focus on some of the sweet too. But being down here in captivity, I'm used to looking at all these curses and what was happening and all the plagues and all the prophecies going to partake this world. Sometimes I got to make a video like, hey, the kingdom at hand. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So this is Romans chapter 11:7. It says, "What then?" It says, "Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." You see. See, you got a lot of people, our people out here, just completely blinded to the fact that they even Israelites or the scriptures or anything like that. It's billions, you know, um, of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, are just like, this was only given to the elect at the end of the day, you know. So let me get my next scripture right quick. This is Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for by my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them." Okay, that's plain. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord." That's, of course, the scriptures, and read. Okay, no one of these shall fail. All right, what? The prophecies. Okay, none of the prophecies, every word that the Lord speak through the prophets won't fail. Okay, it says, "None shall want her mate, For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. Who? The elect. Okay. Um, which consists of the 144,000, and then then you got the 1/3. You know. Um. So let me get this my second one. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. It says, "Study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." See, if you're not studying these scriptures, how you gonna be able to break anything down? You have to study. You just can't be like, just not gonna be able to break it down yourself. Like, you just can't open up the book. I don't care who you are. You just can't open it up and just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You just know everything that the scripture's saying. First and foremost, you got to be taught by the prophets, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. Okay. Period. All right. And that's just is what it is. Okay. It says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed." You can't be ashamed for studying and stuff like that. You know, don't be ashamed for being in this truth. Like, oh man, I gotta study. Like, that shouldn't even be like a thing on your mind. Oh man, I gotta study. You should want to study. You should want to take time out your day. You should want to do that. Why you think I'll be up shit at nighttime? That's the only thing I do is study and listen to the prophets, man. It just is what it is, you know. So let me get this word right quick. It says rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay, because if you're not studying thoroughly, listening to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and on down, then you're not gonna be breaking down the scriptures correctly. You understand? So let's get this word rightly dividing. Okay, and it says to cut straight, to straight ways, to proceed on straight paths, to straight and a straight course, hold a straight course, to doing right, to doing right. Make a straight cut. It says to dissect correctly, expound correctly the divine message. You see, rightly divide. All right. Let me get this. Get my next scripture. And this is like, it's kind of like, like kind of like a beginner type lesson, but everybody need it at the end of the day. Sometimes, people need to be refreshing. This is James 1:22. It says, "Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." See, you gotta be a doer of the word. So yeah, you listening and stuff like that. Okay. And just don't be like listening and be like, oh, I'm an Israelite. Then don't just be like, I ain't gonna study, I ain't gonna pray, I ain't gonna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's some 2/3 nigga shit. It says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." Okay. Verse 23, it says, "For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer." Okay. Studying. Okay. You got to study. You have to study, man. It says, "He is like unto a man beholding his natural face in the glass." Verse 24, "For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he is." You see? So studying is very important, you know. Verse 25, "But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed indeed in his deed." All right. So, us brothers, studying, listening, studying, putting out videos, brothers putting out videos, going out on the streets teaching and preaching, coming back to the home pad, studying, getting more knowledge, more wisdom, going back out. It's a continual process until Yahweh Shem Yahushua basically come back, because it's going to be a time where it's going to be a famine of the word, and and hey, there's going to be some times, man, and we already in them, really already moving into them times. They got a lot of shit planned for us, but fuck it, it is what it is. So let me go to this 1 John 5 and 10. Okay, this is 1 John 5 and 10. It says, "He that believeth on the Son of God have the witness in himself. He that believeth not God have made him a liar." All right, I go for you fucking atheists and shit out there. And it go for any of you people who don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the one and only true power. All right, Yahweh. All right, and his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, "He that believeth not the Most High have made him a liar, because he believeth not the record of the Most High, that he believeth not the record that the Most High gave of his Son." Okay, yeah. Now I just want to go back. Yeah, 2 Timothy 2. My bad, y'all. Because I want to get that word study. 2 Timothy 2 and 15, it says, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." So let's get this word study. Okay. Study goes back to, and we can get in some different definitions as well. It says to hasten, make haste. It says to exert oneself, give diligence, to give diligence. Okay, it says to use speed, to make effort. Yeah, man, you showing the Most High your effort, and because I wanted to say, when you got the brothers and stuff like that going out there teaching and preaching and stuff like that. Hey, you women, this hear this or whatever. Even though you can't go out and be prophesying and all that, hey man, you still got to study at the end of the day. You still got to study. So, period. You still got to study. You still got to take notes. And you still got to listen to the men of the Lord. All right. And if you got a husband this in this truth, all right, that know about Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to follow the men of Great Millstone, you should listen to that man, and you should take notes of whatever he say to you. Okay. Period. All right. But moving forward though, yeah, it says study. So let's get a couple definitions. I just want to see if I can get a couple definitions on this. Let's get this word study. And like you got people who make very long content videos, and you got brothers who make like 5 to 15-minute videos, 20-minute videos. Sometimes it don't be on a spirit to just go ahead and do a whole breakdown. Sometimes it's a video a brother might see. He might bring out a couple precepts, but if you never heard that precept before, y'all suggest that you write it down and keep it in your notes, and study that and look over it. Know what it means, It says a state of contemplation. It says application of the mental faculties to acquisition of knowledge. Such application in a particular field or to a specific subject. It says care. It says careful or extended consideration. See, consideration. You considering. All right. It says a careful examination or analysis of a phenomenon, development, or question. All right. The published report of a such study. So they got a couple. So let's get something else. Let's go to this. Okay. All right. My bad, y'all. Phone acting a little slow. All right. Let's get this on the Etymology Online. Study. It says sometimes translating Latin. It says from the Old French is studier. It says to study, apply. This from. All right. So let me go to it. Let me see what else they say. It says to strive towards, devote oneself toward, it says devote oneself to. All right. It says cultivate virtue, vice, wisdom. All right. Studying is having wisdom. All right. Consideration, wisdom. All right. Them words are some powerful words, man. It says art. That's an art, like the art of studying something. All right. Sometimes then it says to study, apply oneself from, it says to study, apply oneself. It says show zeal for, zeal. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get it. So we're gonna move on. Let me get this First Timothy right quick. This is First Timothy, chapter 5, and verse 17. It says, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor." Like in my intro, I always say, I'll be like, Shalom, our praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. And then after I acknowledge the Lord, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. After that, I acknowledge the elders and give double honors. That's why I always say honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to you, Akim, going down even further to the brethren that's under them, and teach the likewise doctrine. You see, so order of how you even address your videos. You see, but it says, let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Okay, that's plain right there. It's completely plain. All right, you gotta get double honors to the ones that taught you this, man, in the first place, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now this is Philippians chapter 2, verse 16. It says, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Yahushua, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. All right, none of this is in vain. All right, none of this is in vain at all. Okay. Stack our treasures in heaven. Every time we studying and going out, just putting our treasures in heaven, man. It's First Peter chapter 1 verse 20. First Peter chapter 1 verse 20. All right, it says, who verily, meaning truly, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you. Verse 21 says, who by him do believe in the Most High, that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the Most High. Okay, so let me go back to this Philippians 2. It's Philippians 2 and 16. I want to get this word. Philippians 2 and 16, it says, holding forth the word of life. All right, that I may rejoice in the day of Yahweh Shah. Well, it says the day of Hamashiach. All right, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. All right, and Hamashiach just means anointed one. Okay, so let's get this word holding forth. Let's see what it says. It says to have hold, or hold open, apply. It says to apply, to observe, attend to give attention to. Okay, to check. All right. So let me get this right quick. Get this Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 7. It says, how shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. When I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlots' houses. Mm, mm, mm. When you go up to verse 1, it says, run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and the Israelites, and see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it. Okay, let me get this Acts. Acts chapter 17 verse 16. It says, now while Paul, all right, it says, now while Paul waited for them at Athens, it says his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. So everybody that was, everybody just going crazy in the city. Like, what the fuck? All this idol worship bullshit, just like what we got today, man. This shit today is fucking wild, man. Every day, man, it's just all this kinds of idol worship. I didn't end it up, Salakia. I didn't end it up, going on my live, and not on my live today, but on my For You page on my TikTok. And this on my new TikTok account, and I'm scrolling, and then guess who pops up? You got Ishmael saying that he was like, Jesus is Muslim, and Islam ain't come out until like 700 AD and shit. It's like, what the fuck, man? Everybody want to claim the Most High and stuff like that. And then when you say, like, when you even be like, well, who was the covenants given to? The first thing they say is, well, let's go to Genesis. Well, if you go to Baruch chapter 2, you can just read verse 29 all the way to the end of the chapter, but once you even say, or if you was to go on somebody live, it's like you gotta play like you it's like you gotta play like you are which I don't even fuck around, man. I look at it and I say, but if you want to go in there, you gotta kind of like sneak in there and be like, you just be listening. And then when they come up to you and they be like, well, what is your denomination, or what do you what are you what's your point? Like why did you come into this live? Or and you just be, if you say something like, well, you know he not Muslim or whatever, they'd be like, well, do you even know what that means? Muslim means to worship one true only power. Yeah, but y'all not worshiping the God of Israel. That's the point. Y'all worshiping something else at the end of the day, So I just figure I say that, man. Because these lives be crazy, but you see all kinds of shit, man, on your For You page. You got our people in this, it was a Christian. I mean, there was a Christian in there. They had a Christian in there. Dude named Joshua. And he just didn't, he was trying to talk to the Muslims and stuff. He's like, well, you know, uh, 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 he said Christ is God, and which he don't know. He's called a God, but he's not the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, and so he's on that Trinity, and so you got Trinity versus Muslim, and the Muslim is telling them like, hey, you got Ishmael telling Jake that um, it's only one true Most High. You can't, like, basically, like, they go back to the cross, like, like, well, who was he talking to on the cross? You know what I'm saying? And they put Jake in a submission hole because Jake into that Christianity bullshit. It just be crazy, man. That's why we need to get the fuck out of here, man. But if they was listening to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and listening to them, then find out, That's why I always be like, man, we gotta get up out of here, man, day by day. Anyway, I read this verse over again. I'm gonna keep it on pushing. My bad, I'm a little winded on that one. I just wanted to give a couple examples. It says, now while Paul waited for them at Athens or Athens, it says, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. It says, therefore, disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. It says, then certain philosophers or uh, epic, epic, Epicureans. I think it's Epicureans, and of Stoics. It says, encounter him, and some said, what will this babbler say? Others, it says, others some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preached unto them Yahweh and the resurrection. Verse 19, it says, and they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine, wherefore, whereof thou speakest is. Verse 20, it says, for thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know, therefore, what these things mean. For all the Athenians and or Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else, but either to tell or to hear some new thing. It says, then Paul stood in the midst of the Mars hill and said, ye men of Athens or Athens, I perceive that that in all things ye are too superstitious. See, they trying to learn every motherfucking thing. Like while I was going back to the books, like I was like, yeah, I got books. Yeah, I got books, but you gotta understand, you can't be getting like the Book of Enoch. You can't be getting all these different books, man. It's only the 1611 King James Version, man. You know what I'm saying? You get the Bible with the Apocrypha in it. Make sure you got the right Apocrypha, because I had to order me another Apocrypha because my hand, the actual physical Apocrypha I have, for some reason, it only goes up to like Sirach chapter 23. And that completely pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So I got me a little bit of money. So I had ordered me another one. Should probably be here by Monday. You know what I'm saying? So, but you get that. Or like why I said earlier, I said, you got certain books, like you got Babylon and Timbuktu, things like that, but you don't go get like no book of you get like a demonology book and all these old other books and what Esau believe and the universe, the Big Bang book, and then you try to tie that in with the script. No, none of that shit, you know. And it's brothers on it's you got brothers on the internet, man, that that suggest books, this that ain't for you to read and grab some information out of. So sometimes like that Babylon to Timbuktu, it got so much information in that book. I was like, wow, like I just ordered the compact Bible dictionary. You know what I'm saying? You get books that's necessary to get. You don't get no fucking crazy ass books. You're gonna end up too superstitious like them people. No, you don't want to be like them Athenians. You don't want to be like that. It's too many different philosophies and shit like that. You're gonna get yourself lost and get destroyed. Listen to that. This is verse 23. It says, For as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with his inscription, to the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship. Him declare I unto you. You see, not knowingly worshiping these other gods. And that's what you got in Christianity. That's what you got in Islam. That Muslim shit. That's what you got in pagan. Whatever. I mean, not pagan, Pentecost, whatever the fuck. All of them religions. Okay. All that was set up to keep you, all right, blinded. That's all it was for. So let's go ahead and move on and get this uh Ecclesiastes 12. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. It says, the preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. Verse 11, the words of the wise are as golds, and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. You see, all right, given from one shepherd. Let me get this Isaiah 8 and 20 right quick. I just gotta hit it. This is Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And just like the situation that I mentioned earlier, you got these, you had Jake, you had Jake versus the Ishmaelite, but Jake into Trinitarianism, or whatever you want to call it, Christianity or whatever. He said he was a Christian, but, whatever. A Christian is being a follower of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, not a follower of this guy named Jesus. So he don't know though. He don't know. And so you had him versus the Muslim. That's one situation. Even like when people be like I see lives where they be like, God. I seen this one live I was scrolling through, and it said God is God is a failure. I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers gonna be destroyed. I can only think about all these people, man, being destroyed and being like, but I believe in Jesus. And your ass off with your head, motherfucker. I can't wait until I see that shit. Because all you motherfuckers really deserve it. To be honest with you. I ain't got no sympathy for you niggas. To be honest, man. I ain't got no sympathy for you niggas, man. Brothers been out here on highways and byways and everything, man. I think ever since like the 50s, 60s and stuff like that, man, all the way until now. And the knowledge is just keep on increasing, and we on the internet and everything, like, but you don't want to hearken, So yeah, man. So again, this Isaiah 8 and 20 again says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there is no light in them. That's just plain, man. You ain't speaking these words, man. You ain't got the light, buddy. You ain't got it. And they be like, what makes you think you got 100% true? What makes you think you got it all the way right? You know, it says Psalms 40:7. It says, "Then said I, lo, I come. In the volume of the book, it is written of me." See? Let me get this right quick. Go back to this Ecclesiastes. Let me get this 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12 says, "And further by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end." You see? "And much study is a weariness of flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." Period. You should be studying this day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get a chance to, after when you get off of work, you might get off of work, you want to chill or something like that, play the game, or even before you go to sleep, man, pop on the video. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an hour before you go to sleep, hour or two before you go to sleep, pop on a video, man. It might be like a 15, 20-minute video, 30-minute video, whatever video you want to, man. Just look at it. You got to study, man. Rather if you write it down or use your notes. I like writing things down because these cell phones, this shit, we might not even have these bitches no more. I'm just, power go out or anything, you ain't gonna be able to charge shit. So I'd rather have this stuff written down, copies of it. I got copies, That's how dedicated I am to this. So just in case if I'm presented or anything, but I got it written down. And even if it's burned, I know it's in my head, you see, because I'm studying, So I ain't got to be like, oh, man, what was, some scriptures I do be like, oh, man, what was that? I be thinking. But, you at least want to know the basics of it. You at least want to know the basics. It says, so yeah, man, it's the whole duty. It said, for this is the whole duty of man. Let me get two more scriptures and then I'm going to close out. Let me go to the Apocrypha on this one. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, "Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way, for so doth the sinner that have a double tongue." So you can't be like, I'm going to get a little bit out of the Quran, I'm going to get a little bit out of the Bible, I'm just going to mix it up. No. Verse 10, it says, "Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same." See? Let thy word be the same. So when you listen to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, don't add away, don't add or take away. They're not gonna teach you anything wrong, man. And the same as me. If I was to hear myself go off or go back over a video, and if I went off on something, I'm correcting myself immediately because this is serious. All right. Verse 11, it says, "Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor." All right, meaning your brother. All right, your fellow Israelite brother. All right. It says, "If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall." See? All right, so let me get this last one that we gonna close. Actually, then this don't even seem like it was a long lesson, but maybe because I was expounding a little bit on certain situations, certain examples that I had. So this is Psalms 119 and 104. And I wish I could speak a little bit of Spanish, but if I was better at speaking a little bit of Spanish, I would do some of these videos and that, but hey, it is what it is. This is Psalms 119 and 104. "Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way." So yeah, when it comes to all these other religions and all that, out the window. All that is false. Because you gotta know that all these other nations have their own gods. Okay? Like the thing that Like the thing that the Muslims hate the most, it seems as though is when you say you're an Israelite, they be like, well, only Israelites can be saved, and well, but it's true, you know. Talking about, I don't believe in that. Yeah, I know you don't, because you believe in a false god. You believe in a false god. But then on one thing, they be trying to see that's the thing. If you're a Christian, that's how they try to trap you as a Muslim. And these debates go on day in and day out, man. But at the end of the day, man, just study to show thyself approved, and don't be studying the wrong books. Brothers, even if you need to know what books I have, again, like what I said, I got Babylon from Timbuktu. I got the Negro Question Part 4. The Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link by Lee Cummins. And then I got the Black Indians. I didn't even read that all the way. And I'm only like halfway through the Timbuktu. So, but you just keep those books just for some information, because sometimes you might not have that historical information. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you might not have the history on some things. So, it's good to have those certain type of books. But with that, Lord willing, man, this was edifying. So give all praise, honor, and glory going to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom.